Welcome to Research Talk. I hope you all are doing well. In this brief video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use ChatGPT for practicing counseling skills. As you all are aware, there are many AI tools available these days, and you as counselors in training can use these tools to practice your counseling skills, whether it's foundational counseling skills or some advanced counseling skills. Although there are some limitations when it comes to using AI to practice, and that is why I recommend that use it as a supplemental tool, not as the main way to learn these skills. Obviously, you are enrolled in your counseling classes, your clinical classes, and you are doing maybe practice with your colleagues. You might be doing it with maybe some hypothetical client in your classroom. Keep all that because that's important. I want to give you another tool in your toolkit which you can use as per your convenience to refine, improvise your counseling skills. So how can we incorporate ChatGPT in practicing these skills? It can be done in two ways, and I will talk each one of them. So one way of using is through text-based practice. And the other way you could do is voice-based practice. What is text-based practice? So as some of you might already have been using ChatGPT, so in ChatGPT, you write whatever questions you have, you enter, and ChatGPT respond with its answer. And this communication between you and ChatGPT is in a text format. So that you can use ChatGPT in a text format to practice as a counselor in a role play setting. And in that case, you can say ChatGPT playing the role of a client and you playing the role of a counselor. So that's how you can do it in a text-based practice. In text-based practice, there are some advantages. One advantage is you have more time to think and respond to clients' sharings. So let's say in this role play, there is a hypothetical client which is played by ChatGPT. Client is sharing something. Since it is a text-based, you can take a moment to read the participants' clients' responses and think about what might be an appropriate response to this sharing. Should I reflect emotions? Should I reflect meaning? Should I reflect content? Or should I challenge my client? Or should I bring something to my client's attention? Or should I share some countertransference feelings? So you can think about, you have time because it's a text-based medium. So you respond as a counselor, ChatGPT respond as a client, and then in this conversation back and forth, since it is a text-based conversation, you get some more time to think, reflect, to do that. So that's about text-based advantage. You can do it on your browser, on your computer. You can also do that on your app, ChatGPT app on your phone. In voice-based practice, this can only be done in app. So if you are using iPhone, you can download the app and then you can use it to practice voice-based role play. Now, as the word itself says, voice-based practice, what it means is in app format, the phone, ChatGPT uses the microphone of your phone, and then you are engaged in a conversation with ChatGPT in a simulated role play. So this is more quicker as compared to text, and it seems like you say things, then it interprets what you said, and then it responds. So it's a little bit more quicker in terms of responses and practice. And since it's quicker, then you may not have enough time to think and reflect. So not enough time to reflect and think about how to respond to this particular sharing of your client. So that's one, I would say, limitation. So what does it mean for you as a counselor in training is when you are, let's say you are in the first semester of your pre-prac and you are first time learning these skills, at that time, a text-based practice of role play with ChatGPT might be more suitable. As you gain these skills, all the basic counseling skills, advanced counseling skills, and you become better, then voice-based practice becomes more sort of useful in the context that now you are more quicker in your responses to client sharing, so that might be more useful. But it's up to you how you feel comfortable, what you want to do. And the benefit of using these two mediums of practicing your skills is like you can do with your own convenience, right? So you don't need another person. You don't need a colleague to practice these skills. So you can just, sitting in the comfort of your home, and you can have your phone or your browser and just keep practicing these skills. You can download the transcript, and then you can read and reflect what responses you thought were great, what responses needs more improvement. You can also talk to your supervisor and share this transcript, and so your supervisor can give you more feedback about how to improve. So this AI tool, ChatGPT, can be another supplemental tool to practice and be better in your counseling skills. So I'm going to use my computer. Oh, before I do that, I want to talk briefly about what are some preparation you need to do when you are going to engage in either text-based or voice-based practice. So what preparations needed to be done? So first preparation that you need to do is you need to have a case vignette. So write a hypothetical case of a client. So you could say, write it somewhere so that it's easy for you to copy and paste when you are responding, or say if you're using a voice-based practice. So I could say, Derek is a 16-year-old high school student. Derek has recently, his grades has gone down. His teacher wants him to talk to the school counselor. So that's a brief situation. Now, when you provide this case to ChatGPT to play that role, so you need to get it ready in advance when you are going to practice. I'll explain in detail later, but know that you need this preparation. Second thing is how to engage ChatGPT in this practice. So you can start something like, you could say, hi ChatGPT, I'm a counselor in training, and I want to practice counseling skills with you in a role play thing, in a role play situation, or in a role play simulation. And the ChatGPT might respond, okay, that's nice. Let me know what you want me to play, or what scenario you want me to play. And then you could say, here is the case. And also, very important, tell ChatGPT that it has to play the role of a client, not the counselor. Sometimes when I'm doing the practice, I see that ChatGPT assumes the role of a counselor instead of a client, which I don't want. So I want to communicate very clearly in the beginning when I'm engaging in this role play to say ChatGPT that, hey, I want you to play the role of a client and I will play the role of a counselor. So state it specifically very in the beginning so that there is no confusion. ChatGPT is in the role of a client and you in the role of a counselor. And as I said previously, prepare your case vignette in advance, provide that case when it asks for, and then you start engaging in that role play. After you're done with your role play, you can download the transcript of this conversation, and then you can go through it yourself, analyze your own performance, how did you do, and also you can share with your supervisor and get more feedback on this from your supervisor. So this is briefly about how to use ChatGPT in a text-based format or voice-based format. Now I'm going to use my computer to show both the practices, text-based practice and voice-based practice. How does it look like? How you engage with ChatGPT to practice your counseling skills. All right, so this is my iPad. I'm going to demonstrate it here. So you could see at the bottom this app ChatGPT here, and I'll hit that and let me start a new chat box here. So at the bottom you could see that it says message, where you can type your message and it will respond to whatever queries you put in. So let's first do practice with by chatting, by text-based practice of your counseling skills. So let me just touch here and then I can start writing the prompt. So I could say, hi ChatGPT, I'm a counselor in training and I want to do a role play to practice and refine my counseling skills. In this role play, you will take the role of the client and I will be the counselor. I will provide you a scenario. So that's what is my first prompt is. Hi ChatGPT, I'm a counselor in training. I want to do a role play to practice and refine my counseling skills. In this role play, you will take the role of the client and I will be the counselor. I will provide you a scenario. So here what we are doing is, first of all, we are specifically saying that ChatGPT is going to take the role of a client and me is going to be the counselor. So let's hit enter. Now ChatGPT is responding, of course, please provide the scenario for the role play, and I will take on the role of the client accordingly. So let me provide the scenario here. So I go back again and type my prompt. Great. The scenario is Sania is a 17 years old high school girl who is transitioning to college very soon. She is a bit scared. She comes from a low socio-economic family background where no one has ever been to college before. So I'm providing this scenario to ChatGPT. Got it. I'll be Sania in this role play. Feel free to begin when you are ready. So now I'll start the chat as a counselor. Hi, Sania. Good to see you. What brings you in here? So now Sania is talking. Thanks for saying me. I guess I'm just feeling really anxious lately. I'm about to start college soon, and honestly, it's just overwhelming. No one in my family has ever gone to college before, so I don't really know what to expect, and I'm scared I won't be able to handle it all. So now it's my turn as a counselor to respond to what this client has just shared. So I could respond something like, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, Sania. Starting college can be an overwhelming experience, particularly in the beginning, as it takes some time to adjust to a new place and new people. So this is my response as a counselor. Now ChatGPT is responding, yeah, exactly. I mean, I want to do well, but it just feels like there is so much that I don't know yet. I worry about fitting in and whether I'll even be good enough to keep up with everything. And my family, they try to support me, but they don't really understand what it's like. So I feel kind of alone in this. So this client has shared many things. First of all, a feeling of kind of on her own to manage this whole thing because her family has never been to college. So she has to figure out everything on her own. So we can respond it as a counselor in many ways. First of all, acknowledging her experience, her feelings, and then responding to how she can handle those things. So in this role play, as you could see, that there are certain things you should keep in mind. First of all, in the beginning, you give a very clear message, a clear instruction to ChatGPT. You say, I'm a counselor in training and I want to do a role play to practice and refine my counseling skills. So that's number one. Number two, you also tell what roles you are going to play, what role ChatGPT is going to play. Sometimes ChatGPT, if you do not give a clear message, it will reverse the roles. So it will start responding as a counselor and it assumes that you will be the client. So it's very important to clearly define, state the role. And that's what I wrote in the first prompt. In this role play, you will take the role of the client, I will be the counselor. So that's number two. Provide a clear role play, clear roles. So in this case, ChatGPT, client, me as a counselor. And then third thing, be ready with a scenario, provide a scenario to ChatGPT, and then the ChatGPT will assume the role of the client and start playing out. So that's what you could do when it comes to practicing in a text-based format. Now let's switch gears, and I want to show you uh, that you can also do practice your counseling skill in a voice format. So let me begin that. So I go at the bottom on the right corner and start a new chat. Now in this, you could see at the bottom, again on the right side at the bottom, it says message. So you can write on the left side, sorry. On the right side, you can see this round circle with this black circle. So if you hit that, that will take you for voice command. So more sort of a conversation with ChatGPT if you have a query or if you want to engage in a role play. So you can do that. I tried doing that. The problem is when I'm doing it, then I cannot record my screen. So I cannot show it to you. So I'm going to hit this button. You may not hear my sound because, as I said, it does not record that. So again, the same drill you follow. You hit this button at the right corner, bottom, this circle, just beside the microphone sign, and then it will start asking you. You will start engaging in this role play. Again, same thing you do. Be ready with a clear scenario that you want to provide it. State that you are a counselor in training and you want to practice counseling skills. And finally, clearly define the role that you want ChatGPT to play. So tell it that you want ChatGPT to assume the role of a client and you will be the counselor. Same thing that we did in the text-based. So let me hit that button. So now I ended this conversation. You may not hear the voice. The reason being is it's not possible to record my screen when I'm engaged in a role play with ChatGPT. I think it's it's a limitation with the app at this moment. So now you could see the transcription transcript of the text. So I said, I was just saying like, can you hear me? And she was like, yes, I can hear you. Could you hear me? So just a brief conversation you could see here. So in ChatGPT, in the voice function, you can use it as well. Simply be ready with your scenario and clearly state that you are a counselor in training and you want to practice your counseling skills. And third, provide a clear instructions what role you want ChatGPT to play. So you can practice in this way as well. I hope this demonstration has helped you understand how to use ChatGPT to engage in a role play to practice and refine your counseling skills. If you have any questions, you can just put it in the comments and then I'll get back to you. Thank you.